Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're gonna dive into a topic that's pretty close to home for a lot of us. Microsoft 365.
Yeah, the one we probably all use for like work or even personal stuff.
Right. Well, it turns out there was this bug going around that was like randomly deactivating people's accounts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna be breaking down a bleeping computer article on it all. It's got all the details on, what happened, why it happened,
Okay.
and what you can actually do about it if it happens to you. So if you're one of the millions who use Microsoft 365,
Yeah,
this is definitely a deep dive you don't want to miss.
definitely a must listen then. And yeah, it wasn't just a small thing. This bug was causing like widespread panic.
Really?
Oh, yeah. People were finding themselves completely locked out of their accounts, their work, their files, everything.
No way.
The reports were popping up all over Microsoft's forums, Reddit, you name it. People were understandably freaking out.
I bet. The article really highlighted the impact, like they actually painted this picture. Imagine you're totally in the zone, working on a big project, deadline's like right around the corner,
Uh-oh.
and then bam, you get hit with this message saying, product deactivated.
Talk about stress.
Right. No Word, no Excel, no PowerPoint, nothing. Total productivity killer.
Ugh, the worst. And what's wild is it wasn't like some hacker or a system crash that caused all this.
No, what was it?
It actually all came down to the way admins manage those licenses in Microsoft 365, like those things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
The article went into the technical stuff, explained that even simple actions by admins could trigger it. Things like, changing subscription types.
Okay.
Or moving users between different groups. Or even something as small as toggling a certain service plan setting.
Wait, hold on. Service plan setting, what does that even mean? I'm picturing like an admin somewhere just flipping a switch and accidentally cutting off access for a ton of users.
That's a pretty good analogy. Think of it like your cable package. You've got the different tiers, right? Like basic, premium, and all that.
Yeah.
Each one has like different channels or features. Well, in Microsoft 365, those channels are like Word, Excel, Teams, all those. And the admins, they control who gets access to what. But in this case, it seems like something in that control panel went haywire.
And that's what was causing all those unexpected deactivations.
Yeah, exactly.
So it really is like the butterfly effect.
What do you mean?
Like one tiny change on the admin side can set off this chain reaction and end up having huge consequences for the users.
Oh, totally. And get this, the article even mentioned that just an admin temporarily disabling a service, like as part of some routine maintenance,
Right.
even that could trigger the bug.
Oh, wow.
So even when their intentions were good, the result was a total mess.
So we've got the what and the why of this whole thing. But the question is, what can you actually do if you find yourself suddenly locked out?
Well, the good news is Microsoft, they've already rolled out a fix.
Good.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be happening anymore, at least.
That's a relief.
Wow.
But what about all the people who are like already locked out?
Yeah, the article had some suggestions there, too.
Yeah, what did they say?
Well, they said some pretty basic stuff, actually, like, clicking reactivate, signing out, and then back in, or just, making sure your subscription is still active, like it hasn't actually expired or anything.
It's funny how the simplest things are often the best solution, huh?
Sometimes, yeah. But it does make you think about having a more solid plan for data security.
Yeah, totally. This whole thing has been a bit of a wake-up call, even if they fixed it.
Exactly.
I mean, I back up my files, pretty regularly.
Good.
But this has definitely made me rethink my whole approach.
It's so important, and this incident, really highlights that having a good backup strategy in place is crucial. Like, it's not even just about these weird software glitches.
Right.
What if, like, your hard drive crashes
Oh.
or someone steals your laptop? Think about all the data you absolutely can't afford to lose.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm starting to sweat a little just thinking about it.
It's serious stuff. We're
Yeah.
talking work documents, photos, creative projects, all that.
So what are we supposed to do then?
Mm.
I mean, cloud storage is convenient and all.
Yeah.
But as we've seen, it's not exactly foolproof.
You're right, and that's why you got to think layers,
Layers.
Yeah, a multi-layered approach is key. Cloud storage is great, don't get me wrong. It's super accessible. You can sync it across all your devices. But you should also have like a local backup, just in case. So maybe an external hard drive for your really important files.
Okay, that makes sense.
And don't forget about good old-fashioned physical copies.
Yeah.
For those really irreplaceable things.
Like print them out or something.
Exactly. Photos, documents, whatever it is, you can't always rely on the cloud.
Reading about this whole Microsoft mess, it really got me thinking about the bigger picture,
Yeah.
you know?
And well, we're just becoming so reliant on this cloud-based software for everything these days.
True.
It is convenient, of course. But is this a sign that we're trusting these systems a little too much?
That's a really valid point. And it's not just Microsoft either.
Right.
We're handing over our data, our work, our entire lives to these cloud providers.
Yeah, and when things go wrong, like with this bug, it can feel like a huge betrayal.
For sure. It really shakes that trust.
Makes you wonder about the trade-offs, doesn't it?
What do you mean?
Well, we gain all this convenience and accessibility with the cloud,
Right.
but we could be sacrificing some control and security in the process.
Exactly. It raises a big question for everyone you know. What's your comfort level with that trade-off? Are you doing enough to manage the risks?
It's a good question. Really makes you think. And you know what else struck me about this whole thing?
What's that?
It kind of humanizes the tech world a little bit.
What do you mean?
Well, we tend to think of these big tech companies as these, like, infallible giants, right?
Yeah, always on top of things.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But this just goes to show that they're not immune to making mistakes.
Yeah, it's definitely humbling. It reminds us that in the end, it's on us as users to be aware and prepared.
Yeah.
And take those steps to protect ourselves.
Totally. Knowledge is power, right?
Yeah.
Especially in this digital world we live in.
For sure.
The more we understand about how these systems actually work, the better we can handle these glitches when they happen. Make smart decisions about our data and all that.
Well, I think it's safe to say this deep dive has given us a lot to think about.
Definitely.
So if you're listening out there and you're a Microsoft 365 user, or really any cloud software user for that matter,
Yeah.
take this as a sign to go double check your backup strategy.
Yeah, that's good advice. And remember, it's not just about backups either.
Right.
Stay informed, ask questions, Don't be afraid to dig a little deeper into the tech you use every day.
Absolutely. We've got a link to that Bleeping Computer article in the show notes if you want to get into the nitty-gritty details.
It's a great resource for staying up to date on all things cybersecurity.
Yeah, and a good reminder that even in the cloud, things can go offline when you least expect it.
Very true.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of software bugs, backups, and the always changing world of cloud computing.
It's been fun.
Until next time, everyone stay curious.
And still safe out there.
See ya.